today we're gonna be making paper airplanes.
Y el día de hoy vamos a hacer avioncitos de papel.
And this is how it works.
¡Woo! Como podrán ver. ¡Woo!
First thing you need is a piece of paper.
Lo primero que vamos a usar es un papel. Y si es reciclado es mucho mejor.
Yes, recycled paper is a lot better. And we're gonna fold this thing hot dog style, like this.
Y
Okay.
lo primero que vamos a hacer es doblarlo como el hot dog.
Yes, not hamburger style, hot dog style.
No como el estilo de hamburguesa, sino como el hot dog, de esta manera. Okay.
And now we're gonna fold about an inch to 2 inches on the top part.
Y ahora lo vamos a doblar de 1 a 2 pulgadas en la parte de arriba.
And it's gonna look something like this.
Y se va a ver más o menos de esta manera.
And now this whole edge is gonna come down to the center. So if I put my finger right in the center where I made the crease, it's gonna go something like this.
Y ahora vamos a doblar esta parte a nuestro centro. Como pueden ver, si lo doblo así, de esta manera. Lo vamos a doblar al centro.
And we have to make our airplane symmetrical, so we're gonna do exactly the same thing on both sides.
Y tenemos que hacer nuestro avión que quede simétrico para que esté igual de los dos lados. Así es que vamos a hacer el mismo procedimiento del otro lado. Que es algo más o menos así.
Once we have our airplane, it's gonna look something like this. And now we're gonna make a fold right at the top, so we chop the tip off like this.
Ahora vamos a hacer otro doblez. Le vamos a eliminar el pico y va a quedar más o menos así.
Not every single airplane is the same, because now we have made 2 folds that are not never come out the same.
Queda más o menos así, pero no todos los aviones quedan igual. Así es que no se preocupen si el de ustedes está quedando un poco diferente. Todos son diferentes.
And then we fold it once again in half.
Y de nuevo lo volvemos a doblar otra vez a la mitad.
And we're going to be folding about 1/4 of an inch to maybe half an inch on the bottom of this airplane right here.
Y le
I'm
vamos
gonna mark it for you.
a doblar más o menos 1/4 de pulgada, más o menos, en esta parte de aquí de nuestro avión, de la parte del medio.
Which is going to be about that much.
Y lo vamos a marcar para que más o menos se den una idea, más o menos algo así. Y le van a doblar. Y van a hacer el mismo procedimiento de los dos lados.
Yes, since we need it to be symmetrical, and not only symmetrical, we need to have equilibrium. We have to do exactly the same thing to both sides.
Sí, como dijo mi compañero, para que nos quede simétricamente igual y también que nos quede con el mismo equilibrio. Se tiene que hacer el mismo procedimiento en los dos lados. Y queda más o menos así.
Yes, and now I have this little thing where I can grab it and toss it.
Como ya tenemos algo así de que lo podemos agarrar y nos sirve para aventarlo.
Before you do any other folds, I want you guys to actually toss it and see what it does. Woo!
Antes de que quieran hacerle cualquier otro doblarle, vamos a ver cómo funciona de esta manera.
Woo! And now we're gonna be making our ailerons. This thing right here, I'm gonna be folding about 1/4 of an inch once again on the edge of my airplane.
Y ahora le vamos a hacer alerones a nuestro avión. Le vamos a hacer un doblez también en nuestros lados, más o menos 1/4 de pulgada.
And it looks something like this. And I'm gonna do exactly the same thing once again to the other side.
Y va a aparecer algo así más o menos. Y le vamos a hacer el mismo procedimiento del otro lado.
And now my airplane is gonna be more stable. And I'm gonna toss it once again.
Como pueden ver, vamos a ver, nuestro avión va a quedar un poquito más estable. Vamos a aventarlo.
And now that I have my airplane I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna make elevators. What is it?
Elevators, elevadores.
Yes, and I'm gonna mark right now where I'm gonna be making my elevators, so you guys can actually see that they're just little tabs. I marked them right here. I'm gonna be cutting right there. The way I cut it is once again about 1/4 inch.
Y ahora vamos a hacer nuestros elevadores. Ya le pusimos una marca más o menos aquí para que se den una idea qué tanto le vamos a cortar. Se le corta como 1/4 también de pulgada más o menos. Estos nos vamos a poder doblar, ya sea para arriba o para abajo. Todo depende de donde quieran ustedes que vaya nuestro avión.
Yes, you can actually pull them up. Right now I have them up like this, or I can put them down, or I can put one up and one down.
Puedes jugar, poner los dos para arriba, los dos para abajo, poner uno arriba y otro abajo y vas a estar viendo para dónde va tu avión.
Okay, and now it's ready to fly. Whoa!
¿Sí vieron? Lo vamos a aventar.
And now we're gonna be making a different airplane. This one has a record for staying up in the air the longest.
Y ahora vamos a hacer otro avión diferente. Como pueden ver es un poquito diferente.
And this is how it flies. Vámonos bajo los jet. Woohoo!
Y esta es la forma como vuela.
Before you guys start to make your airplane, I want you guys to actually do something with your paper.
Y antes de que empecemos a trabajar con nuestros aviones, queremos que hagan algo.
Okay, so I'm going to hit you as hard as I can with this paper. I'm going to pass it towards you. Actually, check it out. Here it goes.
Voy a tratar de pegarte con este. Te lo voy a aventar lo más recio que yo pueda.
Haha, it didn't leave my hand. As you guys can see, it's actually stuck to my hand. If I go like this.
Si puedes ver, no, ni siquiera se cayó de mi mano. Podemos jugar y sigue en mi mano.
Yes, this thing actually sticks to your hand. And it's not that you have sticky hands or anything like that. It's that something that actually is pressing against you.
No es algo que tengamos aquí un pegamento o algo. Simplemente es algo que lo hace que se sostenga aquí con nosotros.
In this case, it's air that's actually pushing against you. So the paper's in between, and when you're going like this, the air is actually pushing this paper against you.
Y lo que nos lo está sosteniendo es el aire. En el momento que lo hacemos así, el aire nos lo está haciendo que se sostenga.
And now, I want to do something different. I want to change the structure of this thing, okay? For example, if I go like this.
Y ahora le voy a cambiar la forma a mi pedazo de papel. A ver qué pasa.
I can actually do something different. Check it out. I'm going to toss it against you.
Ahora mira. Ahora sí lo puedo aventar y a lo mejor con menos fuerza y te lo puedo aventar.
Yes, so something happened, okay? The structure of the paper actually changed. Not the weight. For example, if I put this thing right here, it weighs exactly 4 grams. Wait a second, is that 4 grams? 4 grams. See? 4 grams.
Si se pudieron fijar, no cambiamos nuestro papel, nada más cambiamos la estructura y lo pesamos. Pesamos el otro y pesa 4 gramos y ponemos y pesa exactamente lo mismo, 4 gramos.
4 grams. 4 grams, okay? So 4 grams and 4 grams, that means that the paper is exactly the same size. But what we did change was the surface area.
Eso quiere decir, si se pudieron fijar, nuestro peso es exactamente lo mismo. Lo único que cambiamos fue nuestra área de superficie.
Yes. If I put my paper right here and pretend that this is particles of air, okay? This whole thing is being touched by the air.
Como por ejemplo lo que les mostró mi compañero, si ponemos el papel así, a la hora de compararlo vemos que tiene mucho más partículas de aire que sostienen nuestro papel.
But now, the piece of paper that Aurora has, this one, okay, the surface area is a lot smaller. We would compare it to something like this. Okay?
Como pudieron notar, el pedazo de papel que ya está hecho bola, en el momento de ponerlo así vemos que tiene el área más chica, entonces las partículas de aire que va a detenerlo son menos.
Mucho menos. So a lot less particles of air are actually acting on it. Beautiful. And this is how we're gonna be making our airplane. First of all, you need a piece of paper once again.
Y este es el procedimiento. Como podrán ver, necesitamos otra vez otro pedazo de papel reciclado, mucho mejor.
We're gonna be folding our paper once again, hot dog style.
Vamos a doblar nuestro papel de la misma manera.
And now, we need to bring this edge right here to the center once again.
Y ahora vamos a doblar nuestra parte de arriba al centro, de esta manera.
And we need this to be, once again, symmetrical, okay? Equilibrium once again, guys. So, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing to the other side.
Y como les hemos estado diciendo, queremos que nuestro avión quede igual, equilibrado y simétricamente. Así es que vamos a hacer lo mismo.
In this case, we're gonna bring the whole top. This little point thing, we're gonna bring it all the way to the bottom.
En esta ocasión vamos a doblar nuestro pico totalmente hasta abajo.
It looks exactly like this. Once again, the whole thing down.
Todo el pico se dobla completamente.
And I'm gonna make a mark, that way you guys more or less can see where my airplane's gonna be folded next. About an inch away from the tip, I'm gonna be folding this corner so that it touches right there.
Y ahora vamos a hacer una marca para que les ayude a ustedes más o menos a 1 pulgada. Y ahora vamos a doblar otra vez nuestro avión aquí.
Yes, and once again, symmetry.
Y como les decimos, simétricamente vamos a hacer el mismo procedimiento de los dos lados.
And guess what? Here's where the Nakamoto lock comes in. This plane's called the Nakamoto lock.
Y como pueden ver, aquí tenemos nuestro avión, el Nakamoto lock.
¿Y por qué me ves con esos ojos?
Porque no le encuentro un nombre en español, pero el Nakamoto lock.
Okay, so this tip right here is what's going to be locking my 2 wings. So I'm going to bring it up like this.
El pico que nos queda acá es el que va a hacer que podamos sostener nuestro doblez. Lo vamos a doblar más o menos de esta manera.
And then I'm going to fold my airplane inside out like this.
Y vamos a doblar nuestro avión de dentro para afuera. Así.
And as you guys can see, my wings are locked right here. That's the Nakamoto lock.
Como pueden ver, las alas se quedaron allí detenidas. Eso es el Nakamoto lock.
El Nakamoto lock.
Eso.
Ese mero. Okay,
Eso.
so this whole edge is going to meet this edge right here.
Esta orilla de aquí se va a conectar con esta de acá. Así es que lo vamos a doblar.
Once again, symmetry.
Otra vez, simétricamente, por favor. Y de los dos lados el mismo procedimiento.
And I have my airplane. I'm going to give it a name right now. Mi Guajolojet.
Y ya tenemos nuestro avión. Él ya le puso un nombre, pero yo no sé cómo nombrarlo. Ahí ustedes me mandan un mensaje a ver cómo quieren que lo nombre.
Okay, and here he goes. Woohoo!
Y listo para volar.
Hello again, this is Kurt from the Salinas Community Science Workshop, and we just saw the wonderful video from my compañeros in the Watsonville Community Science Workshop, and I wanted to add one more thing. With these paper airplanes, you can also launch with the rubber band. You can make a rubber band launched airplane. You can put it on any plane you want. So just like Gustavo and Aurora were talking about, you got your airplane and it's flying through the air, and you've got the control surfaces, you've got these elevators in the back. If you want the plane to go up, you put the elevators up and it hits the air and it goes up. If you want it to go down, you put the elevators down. In any plane, the back surface can be moved up. Sometimes you have to rip it. Sometimes you've got little tabs like this that are already ready. But you can do that on any airplane. So any airplane you want to make, you can then try to control. Different planes do different things. So you want to try to make a whole bunch of different kinds of airplane. If you go on the internet, there's hundreds of airplanes you can make. All right, so every single one of them is either got a V surface like that on the bottom, or a flat surface like this. So the trick is to mount the paper clip. You're gonna take a paper clip. Big paper clip is the one that we find that works the best. Big paper clip, and you want to find the center of gravity of the paper airplane. More or less, doesn't have to be perfect. Center of gravity right here. It's right about there. That's where the paper airplane balances. And that's where you want to put the paper clip, right about there, or a little bit forward of the center of gravity. And then you open it up like that. I don't know if you can see that, but this is just one of the ends of the paper clip. You bend it up like that. And then you'll poke it through right ahead, so it lays down in there right about the center of gravity and pokes down through the hole like that. Okay, so then the center of gravity is about the same. Okay, and then you want to glue it with the hot glue. You come over here, get the hot glue, and just a little blob will do it, and it's gonna hold it in there. Then you gotta decide, do you want it squeezed shut tight like that? If you do, you hold it like that. If not, you leave it open and it'll be more open, and you can glue it in that way as well. So that's all up to you. And so then the next step is to cut that off. That's way too long. You cut it off way down here. Like that. So there's only a tiny little piece hanging off. Okay? So then the next step is to make this little rubber band on a stick. You got a stick, you got two rubber bands, and you put them together in the standard little knot that we use all the time. First you can put it over the stick like this. Over, not through, don't go through. Put it over the top like that, and then down through itself. And then you grab it and tighten it up. Okay? So it looks like that. And then you tighten it up. And then you put the other one on. You put the other one through the same thing. You put it in, and then through itself. So you got it like that. And then you hold the thing on the back like this, and now your technique is all about moving your hand. You move your hand down, right? When you let go, you move your hand down. And there it is. Okay, I'll do it again. Just like a slingshot, a little bit like a slingshot. You'll hook it right here, and oops, you might have cut it too short. That time you want about the same length or width as a rubber band. So you just boom, shoot it like that. It goes flying across the room. And now if you got a flat one, it's just the same. You lay the paper clip down like that and bend that one end so it's poking downwards. All right, and find the center of gravity again. And then that's it. Okay, so now it's powered by the rubber bands. The rubber bands give it the energy. Before it was you giving it the energy, and actually it's you giving the rubber bands energy, but then when you let go, the energy goes to the rubber bands. Goes to the airplane, and it takes off across the room. Okay, enjoy.